Hello, my powerful one. Now, of course, when it comes to creating massive business success as spiritual entrepreneur, there is never quite one secret or one strategy or one way. But if I were to share with you one of the main reasons, or if you like, secrets that helped me to go from making zero in my business and zero, 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 no matter how hard I tried, to making millions by doing what I love, it's this. I learned how to use the energetic scale of success consciousness and use it to my advantage. And today, if you're not in a stage of rapid growth for your business, we're going to unlock it by helping you to understand what energetic scale of success consciousness is and how to use it for you. Energetic scale of success consciousness is to what degree you are identifying yourself as successful or very successful. And it's not yes or no, are you successful, yes or no, question and answer. It's a scale, it's a degree of success. On one side, over here, we have got failure or even extreme failure. That would be kind of zero. And then maybe you sometimes feel like, well, I'm not a failure. I succeed in some things, but I really fail in some things. So it's a degree of success consciousness. You have some level of success consciousness. And you've got a whole range over here. And over here, on the other side of this polarity, you have someone, maybe it's you, that feels like success is my second name. I'm successful at whatever I do. Success is my birthright. That's just who I am. So that would be kind of 10 out of 10. Now, if I were to ask you how successful you are, what would you say? Where on this scale you are right now? Maybe perhaps you want to answer intuitively. Just give me the first number from 0 to 10. And if it's not a 10, then you've got a work to do because you've got to close that energetic gap. You see, you can try to create success and grow your beautiful business from lower ranges of this energetic scale, but it's going to be very hard. And I'll dare to say it's near impossible because there's this energetic gap and you cannot create any level of success unless you close this energetic gap. In other words, you might hear this expression that it's not what you want that manifests, it's who you are. So if you want to create huge success in your business, you've got to become, you've got to be a huge success. You've got to get yourself up and up on this scale of success consciousness. You've got to be 10 out of 10. And it's actually pretty easy. You just need a little bit of focus. And it's okay to use your focus in the right way, right? So let me give you 4 tips how to do that. But before that, let me tell you what it actually will do. Yes, the overarching huge benefit is that it will unlock your rapid business growth. But before that, lots of different processes happen when you move yourself to the top end of this energetic scale. Well, first and foremost, you feel more successful. And because you feel more successful, this will engage positively your reticular activating system, a part of your brain that is responsible for filtering out events and situations so you're not too overwhelmed. The reticular activating system will help you consciously notice only that which it thinks it's you. So when you are very high up on this scale of success consciousness, your reticular activating system will work with you and it will make you notice right opportunities and even more events where you're noticing just how successful you are. So you will essentially create this success momentum when you notice more success, when you know how much more and more, how incredibly successful you are, and then you will be naturally noticing opportunities and synchronicities that match this amazing success energy. Secondly, your intuition will adjust your new level of consciousness, meaning your internal navigation system, so to speak, or intuitive guidance, if you like, will match the energy of that great success. And that's golden because you're getting some form of internal navigation at all times, right? But your intuitive ideas and guidance will always match the energy of who you are, where your energy is. So if you're lower down, if you feel like I'm faded, this is not working and I need to fix it. So those internal ideas and guidance is not very good. You implement it and you feel more of the same. So when you are fostering the success consciousness consciously, then your internal navigation system will support you in getting those incredible ideas, strategies, what you need to learn, what you need to let go, etc., to get where you want to be with your business much more easily. So that's very, very important. And then, of course, you radiate differently. You know, in business, whatever we do, it doesn't matter what we actually do, but the underlying energy of who we are, that is what determines how many clients you will get, what quality clients you will attract, how easy it is for you to attract those incredible clients, how easy it is for you to sell, etc. So because your underlying energy will adjust and go to much higher level, energy of success is really infectious. So it will call on those clients, it will attract those clients to you and to your beautiful containers, those products and services that you create. So this is how these are few of the benefits of really paying attention to where you are on this energetic scale of success consciousness and fostering really, really high end of it. How do you go about it? Okay, 4 tips now. Number 1, simply start consciously noticing where you already are successful. Because believe me when I say, and you acknowledge it as well, that it is so blinking easy to overlook success in our lives and businesses that we already have because maybe you're comparing yourself to others, or because you're not where you want to be at, or because you have got some things that you don't consider successful, you notice them much more. Or because everyone is doing that. Whatever that because is, we've got to stop doing it and instead really practice your conscious faculty and start noticing that success every single day. Perhaps what you can do at the end of each day, you can rewind the day and write it down and really acknowledge what went well and where you created success. What is the evidence that you are indeed successful? And yes, sometimes you will have beautiful evidence for it. Maybe you got new clients, maybe you got record month, maybe you got record day. Sometimes it will be very, very obvious. Sometimes it won't be so obvious because maybe you had 0 sales day. Maybe you not that much happened, but you will still, if you pay attention, find things that can carry that success consciousness, but you just take it for granted, you ignore it. For instance, if you love to cook and you cook a dinner for your family, you may just overlook it as it's normal for you, but it's not normal for everyone. If you cooked a dinner and it didn't burn on a stove, well, it's a success. Celebrate it. Can you celebrate yourself? Yes. I cooked amazing dinner. It didn't burn. And maybe kids even ate it. And maybe I even got compliments. Take whatever instances in your day. They don't need to be just from business. In your life, anywhere, take it to breed this success consciousness. Essentially, you want to be really celebrating yourself, really be in that state of, I'm blinking successful and I love it and I acknowledge it. I love it. That's who I am. That is what shifts not only temporarily your mood or your feeling, but you're really tapping into your higher level identity, into that version of you that is extremely successful. So whether you practice this noticing success and acknowledging success throughout the day, or you do it at minimum at the end of the day, if you're not doing it yet, start doing it today. And do tell me, are you practicing it? Are you noticing those successful events, why you're so successful, or are you mostly ignoring it? So that's tip number 1, obvious one. Tip number 2, change comparison, or if you like, contrast in your mind to make this noticing your success much more easier. What I mean by that is, you see, maybe some of you might think, Lenka, it's easy for you to practice success consciousness, to feel successful because you have got amazing business, you have got amazing clients, you have got amazing money, you achieved your personal goals. It's easy for you. But you know what? I was also at the humble beginnings of this business when I had absolutely zero, nothing to show for it. And I still was able to put myself in that success consciousness every single day until it became my absolute normal. I just assumed I'm very, very successful. And over time, it became part of my identity. And why? Because I stopped doing what most of us are doing, or at least was watching out for it. And that is, maybe you had a sale, okay? You had a sale, you got amazing client or clients on board, but you know what? You wanted 10 clients. You got a few clients, you wanted 10 clients, so you didn't sell out that offering of yours. So instead of framing this experience of success, I've got a client, I've got 2 clients, instead of framing it as success, you maybe framed it as disappointment and failure. And that's not going to serve you because you were taking as that comparison, as contrast, your maybe conscious expectation, what you wanted. Or you took in different instances, you might have taken that contrast, somebody else, how she's doing, so I'm not doing as well. Or you may be taken as a contrast in your mind where you desire to be and you're not there yet, so nothing feels like good enough, nothing feels like huge success. And you want to change this. And the way you change it is to really look at objectively, go and take yourself to the moon perhaps, and look at yourself, your life, your business, and look from there just how incredible you are and how successful you are right now. Not when you achieve all those goals, right now. You know, I was hurting myself for a while when I was comparing where I am to where I wanted to be, or where some of my colleagues, more advanced colleagues, were in their businesses. And then it occurred to me, I've been so hurting myself with this comparison because, if sometimes I really would make, let's say, create some success and I would not acknowledge it. Sometimes I would even complain about it. But if I came to perhaps a homeless man and told him, look, nothing is working out in my business. I only made this much money. I wanted to make this much money. And, I'm not where I want to be. Nothing is working out. What do you think that poor homeless man would say? It feels so off to even speak about it, right? Because we're so freaking blessed and successful where we are, but we're not looking from right perspective. That's why we're not feeling it. This is the only reason why you're not feeling successful and blessed and beyond blessed, because you're not looking at you and your business and your life where you are from the right perspective. So I'll encourage you today to change that comparison and find that perspective that will help you to sink into that success consciousness and see yourself for who you truly are. So that's little tip number 2. Little tip number 3 is simply just consciously sink in and feel into that high success identity. As I said, at the beginning, I just started to assume I'm hugely successful, full stop. I'm successful at whatever I do. Success is my birthright. It's part of my second name. It's who I am. And I didn't have evidence for it, but I just assumed it because it was certainly part of my next level identity of a woman who is impacting and making millions. And so I just went there again and again, and I just played with the energy. Not that I pretended this to myself to be true, or I wanted to convince myself that it's true. It's not that. It's I acknowledge that version of myself already exists, and I consciously just stepped into her for a moment, into that version of me that is that. And when you just play with that energy, it is already working with your beautiful human, with your beautiful mind. It's really bathing your full self in that energy, and it's doing the exact effect. It's creating the exact effect as if you were there already. So that's amazing way to really foster and massage and increase that consciousness, success consciousness, is to simply assume it, to step into it consciously, play with that energy. Play with that energy of that next level and the identity of yours, okay? And last tip, little tip number 4, use the power of questions. What I mean by that is, for many people, what is much easier is then stepping into the next level identity, or essentially telling yourself and feeling it in yourself that you are indeed at some level already incredibly successful. And that's why what's much more easier is to actually use the questions such as, why am I so very successful right now? Why is success my birthright? Why is success my middle name? Why I can succeed in whatever I do? Just ask yourself these questions over and over again. Typically, they create very little resistance from our conscious mind. And it's a little bit like Google. You pose the question, so your mind and your energy will go and seek the answers. So you might get few answers why you can be successful at whatever you do, or why you're so very successful. You might get few answers, but it's not the point. The point is just to ask yourself these questions with curiosity. Why? Why am I so successful? Why can I succeed at everything that I do? Why is it so easy for me to succeed? Similar questions like this. So all of these 4 tips will help you to foster your success consciousness and to get yourself by default to grow your identity into not wherever you are on that scale, but to the highest scale of energetic scale of success consciousness. And with that, you will close the gap between where you are and who you're meant to be. And with that, you super accelerate everything. So let's start doing that from today, shall we? I will love if you share with me takeaways in the comments. I will love if you subscribe, if you're not subscribed already. And just in case we don't know each other, my name is Lenka Lutonska. I'm a limitless millionaire mentor for wonderful, powerful change makers and spiritual entrepreneurs like you. And I will see you again next time. So much love your way. Bye-bye.